All right, guys, welcome to another of our YouTube video, Team 17. Um, Another disappointment, will I say, for Manchester United in their Europa League feature today. Porto FC 3, Manchester United 3. Let me quickly go to Tega. Tega, I don't think the score line shows enough, or should I say, gives a full picture of how the match was. What's your take from the match?
No, the scoreline definitely does not show what the match was about. The match was, for me, it was a disaster. I don't see how we blew a two-goal lead first half. No, it was a disaster for me. It was
when
really a
when it
disaster.
was 2-0, when you guys were 2-0 up, I was like, are these players, maybe they've heard the news of the manager has 2 matches to save his job or something, so they were playing for the badge. Then all of a sudden, it's like they just lost their head. Or what do you see? What do you think? How
You
did they
know,
go from two
there's a,
zero up?
there's a difference. I think how a manager should be able to read a game. There should be something. I don't know how to put that to phrase that thing, but I think there has to be something a manager should know how to do
Because game
better.
is game
Read.
management.
Not, I don't think there has to be a different word for it because I know for sure that the manager for Porto saw the weakness in crossing and not because if you notice the two of the goals came from the same angle, the same area of the pitch. You cross, very simple thing. I don't know if the coach was finding it difficult to just I think if he had passed a simple message across to the keeper, nigga, once any boys come out and catch. If you can't catch, punch the ball at least. Make an effort, but you are in the line. It's not like if the ball comes, you will catch it. So before the first goal came, I already
Mhm.
anticipated that this was how the goals were going to come in. Cross and not very simple. And look at it.
So, will you blame? Sometimes we want to blame manager for not passing some message across to the player. But when you look at it, the what's his name? Dalot, Diago Dalot. The two crosses came from his angle. Do you think, as a player, you should have realized that, okay, this is what Porto came to do, cross and nod? You should have come close, should I say, be attached to that winger so that the crosses will not be coming in like it was coming.
Yeah, you can't. Obviously, the manager can't take all the blame. He can only do his part. Dalot had his own part to play. Martinez had his own part to play too. I think the defense. I can't really believe this was the defense we thought was going to be like the defense of Premier League this season. People thought this Martinez and Dalot was going to be the perfect pair. But this same match, it just showed us that we actually have more things to figure out. This cannot even work. Martinez was slow. I think the first goal came from his angle after Onana saved the ball, the rebound. Your opponent is behind you in your box.
Mm.
That says a lot about the defender himself. Onana too could not communicate with his defender. He was on the line. Ball was coming. He could not come out man. So many flaws, but you really can't put all the blame on the manager. Although as a teamwork, he definitely has blame to inside.
Now, moving from that, going to, let's say, the biggest point in the match today. Two match with this same week, two red card. What is going on with Bruno Fernandes?
It's just a careless person. But I told you, I remember telling our last game, inconsistency is going to be his problem. Now he has been consistent now in collecting red card in his last two games. For someone that has inconsistency problem, that consistency is just the wrong one he's having. I don't know why. How is it that as a professional, what are you doing with your leg that high in there? What were you going for? It was well, like it was just careless. It's a pure yellow card. He deserved the red card. It was just careless. That's all I can say.
So, okay, now you see, how will I say it? Players get Some players, for example, taking Granit Xhaka in Arsenal, he went from a should I say, a downward hill to almost like an hero in the team. Many people give credit to the manager for making that change. Should we say Tega is not managing Bruno Fernandes well? Because Some games you are expecting him to keep him on, sub him out. Some game you are expecting him to sub him out, he's not subbing him. So it looks like the man is not managing the player well. That's why we are seeing that kind of performance.
He's not just managing, he's not managing the entire team is being mismanaged, if you ask me. Bruno Fernandes today still with his position, he played number 10 up all through today, but he was still coming to the back. Today I felt like okay, since we are going to be playing, since it's off and everything was behind, how about all the mistakes, all the turnovers you want to cause, please cause it at the other end of the half. How is it that, what is number 10 doing collecting red card for credit? I think the problem with Fernandez is that I don't know, but deep down, after today's match, deep down, I kind of feel it should be Tehag's biggest problem currently. I feel like Bruno Fernandez as his captain is Tehag's problem because as a captain, you should be able to command team spirit, teamwork on the pitch, but he's not doing any of that. Instead, the
There was
two
even a
games
point
back to back.
I think there was a point where the Porto were delaying the goal kick or something. The way he was doing his body language, I'm like, bros, you are the captain of Manchester United. All this moaning and flaring, and it is not needed. Lead the team. If, let's say, for example, a young Ganacho is looking at his captain behaving like that, what do you expect from him? So for me, apart from the manager problem, I think the player himself needs to do a lot, needs to work on his emotions.
He does. He does. He has so many as a captain. I don't think. Well, it's the manager's choice anyway. But for me, shouldn't be the captain. Shouldn't
Uh,
be.
did you? I don't know. Half time, Bruno. What I said, Bruno. Marcus Rashford was having like one of his best games this season, and coming back from the tunnel, we heard he has been substituted. I don't know if it's an injury thing, because if it's not an injury thing, I would think that is the wrong substitution the manager made today.
If you ask me, I would say it's mine. Although throughout the second half, we didn't get to see him. He never came out of the tunnel. We don't know whether he's angry or there was an injury scare. None of that came up. But if you ask me, I don't think it was an injury scare. I just think it was Ten Hag just being his usual unstable self. His sub is always wrong. He doesn't read games. He just does what he likes. He managed. We escaped with the last minute goal from Maguire 3-3. We escaped. We didn't end it. We just escaped it. That's what I could
Now,
say.
now, speaking on the Maguire thing, I think that's the only credit I'll give your manager today, because at this 78 minutes or something, when he was bringing in Maguire and the other, is he Evans? I was looking
Yeah,
at it like, you are losing the match. Why are you not making changes up front? But when Maguire scored the header, then I came to realization that okay, I think he realized that the best attribute Maguire can give the team is that header. So would you give him credit for that substitution?
I'm not gonna give him credit for it. I'm gonna call it a fluke. I think he was just lucky to escape it. It was a fluke. I'm not giving any credit for it. Yes, he got his sub paid off, but I think it was a fluke. It wasn't intentional. This is not the first time he's making that kind of substitution. Today he managed to escape with a draw. Next time it could be worse.
Speaking of next time, this I think Sunday, I don't know. You are going to the Villa Park, Aston Villa, Manchester United.
Hmm.
Initially, we are hearing rumor that the manager has been giving two matches, which was the Porto match and the Aston Villa, to turn things around before he gets the sack. What do you think about the weekend match?
Like I said, I wish mine was my club, mine has my heart, but I wasn't happy about this draw. Left for me, I really want them to sack him. I was hoping we would lose. After losing, they should sack him. Now we're going to Villa with this same mentality of this manager, this same nonchalant players, and I'm like, looking at the Aston Villa that took on
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
beat that particular squad. It's those guys who want to go
At
and
home
put.
or at Villa Park that you are going to?
Man, it's going to be a very tough one. It's going to be a very tough one.
I've always said, in history of managers, when a club owner give a manager a number of game to turn things around, it always mostly go one way. If you give a manager 3 matches to turn things around, you'll be surprised that a manager that's lost, let's say, 20 matches, the 3 games you give him, he's going to win maybe 2 and draw 1 to keep himself in the job.
For this one, I don't see that happening because he's clueless. Number one, it's only a manager that probably has a good plan and knows what he's doing that might escape, like you said, probability of those managers that tend to escape such chances when given. But for this one, I've not. I don't see that happening. He has to go because he's not making any sense. He has. There has to be a valid change. There has to be a change you're seeing that's going to give you confidence that okay, maybe this man actually has a plan, but he's not just clicking. Something is just not clicking yet in the squad. And as at this moment, I don't think he's even encouraging team play anymore because what I saw today, we had a chance at the end of first half
Mhm.
to go and lead the game with Rashford. I don't know, maybe that was why he removed it because if Rashford had easily laid that pass, not would have stopped the goal. But he dribbled into, yet still kept going till he lost the ball. So who knows? Maybe that was one of the reasons why he actually removed him at the end of first half. So, but from my own point of view, I don't think he's encouraging team because now at slightest change, the first change he does is Garnacho. It's as if he wants to build the squad around Garnacho, which shouldn't be.
Garnacho.
If he had done that sub block, Ahmad, I love Ahmad, but clearly Ahmad was not in today's game. Ahmad should have been the one that came off the first half, not Rashford. How can you remove somebody that has a goal and an assist in the first half? Are you removing him? On what base? Why?
That's why I want to believe that it might be injury related. Because from a neutral point of view, I was thinking if you are going to bring Garnacho in that match, why not? You've been trying to play him on the right hand side. Why not just change him with Ahmad?
Like I said, it's just the manager not knowing what he's doing. In my own opinion, I don't think he has a clue about what he's doing. I
So
feel
so
he's
with
just
this
gambling everything.
with this performance today now, the Aston Villa match, if you had to give me a scoreline prediction, what is your scoreline prediction?
With the perform no, okay, now before I say about the performer, but with this squad, aside Ahmad, because Ahmad was not on form today, but with this particular squad, I think we might be able to put something good against Aston Villa. But now the thing is, will the players give it their all? Because I think if they had given it 80% of what they did today, if they should do it against Aston Villa, we just might escape with a good score. And if they don't beat us, if we draw, fine. But if they give it the same all they did today, we might
Mhm.
have a we might have a good game. So
So
let's
give
say,
me a number, give me a scoreline for your investors. Our investors are watching.
man, it's gonna be tough. I'll say 2-1 to 2.
2-1 to Manchester United.
Yes, Man U to Aston Villa 1.
My so okay, okay, at Villa Park. All right, all right, all right. Thank you, thank you, guys. You've heard from Tega, Manchester United fan. He's giving you scoreline prediction: Manchester to win at Villa Park this weekend. All right, guys, like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.